Hi, I'm Joni Patry, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Well, today I want to talk about something that I came across that I think is very important and to give a pre-warning about. And it is, with everything that's been going on with Russia and Ukraine, this is just the beginning of stirring something up, because during this year, what I'm looking at is there are three very, very important transits that I feel like are major change. So let me give you a little lowdown of what I'm seeing. So the Mars-Saturn that are coming together in Capricorn in March, the end of March and April, that's like attacks and war. Because Mars in Capricorn is so strong. Mars is all about attacks and war. And with Saturn, they hit head on. And I know Mars being in Capricorn is the best, most powerful place it can be. But Mars, what its job is to fight. It's warlike. It's energy. Especially when you put it together with Saturn. So I've been talking about that coming together for a long time, Mars coming together with Saturn by April 4th. But it's a build up till that April 4th that is producing all the events and calamities with war. So that's one major event. Another one is the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction, which happens around April 13th. And onwards. It's not just those exact days. It's really around these times that the events take place. So the Jupiter-Neptune coming together is about a new awakening. It's about where we see the light. And from everything that's been going on with governments and war, we're starting to see the true light of what's been going on in the world. So that's the second major aspect. The third, I think, is going to be the hardest. And that's going to be around August 1st, when Uranus, Rahu, and Mars all conjoin around 24 degrees of Aries. And right around that time too, there's many astrological events that represent major outbreaks of possible war, attacks, as well as earthquakes. Things are shaking in this world. It could even be something nuclear, but I think it's more about major destruction and endings of all sorts. So, I don't really feel it's nuclear, although I could be wrong. But what I feel like is what's going to happen around August is going to be the biggest. Because around that time, I see the end of leaders. Leaders are going to have to leave. Others are going to come in. But is it going to be utopia? No. I do get a major change in the United States. Major. Okay? So by the end of this year of 2022, we will, and I predicted this before, have different people running the country. Or the vice president could, but it's going to create a lot of chaos, especially when Mars goes retrograde in October. But this event in August, October, and November, and the eclipses during that time are gigantic. But I was running across a chart. Now, I don't know if this timing is accurate or not, but if it is, I've got a pretty big warning for Taiwan. Let me put the chart up of Taiwan. And so many people are saying, watch what's happening in Ukraine and what China's doing about it. So I think all these world wars and all these people are coming awakened to destruction. So putting up the chart of Taiwan. Now I have January 1st, 1912, beginning of the day, midnight or morning in Taipei, but I'm not 100% that this chart is accurate. I found it online. Let me just say, if it is, we're in trouble. Okay, so looking at this chart, look at Aries. Look where Rahu, Saturn, and the moon sit in Aries. Remember what I said. There's going to be a lineup of Mars, Uranus, and Rahu at 24 degrees of Aries. So it's going to be coming across the Saturn moon in this chart. And that would be devastating. Now, if this time that I found online is correct, it's really devastating. Why? Because it's in the 8th house. But even regardless, no matter what house it's in, if this day is accurate that I'm using, then something big is going to happen concerning Taiwan. And I think we're all kind of anticipating something to happen because we're concerned over what China's going to do. And they've been threatening and doing things with Taiwan for a long time. They consider Taiwan a part of China. So we'll see, but I just thought it was very interesting, as I've been saying, that things are going to start happening in August. And this particular chart lines up with that configuration. So something is going to happen. Let me just say that. August through November, for sure. That's going to change the world, change the United States for one. And if this chart is correct, then it takes in Taiwan. So that's the gist of what I wanted to bring up, mainly about those three very, very important aspects that happen March to April, then April the awakening, then August to October. That's a time that we really have to be aware. So in between those times, April and May, go on a trip, relax, do what you have to do. And then it's time just to protect ourselves coming around that August through October time. It's time to pull back. And it's also time for us to put out the healing energy to the world so that possibly, because of the healing energy that we can put out as a collective conscious, we can help heal the world and possibly avert some of the problems that the planets say could happen. So with that, I'd like to close. If you would like more information on me, remember you can go to my website, which is galacticcenter.org. And if you would like to study Vedic astrology, go to my university website. It's stellar. University of Vedic Astrology.com. Thank you.